Hi Facebook, I'm Ellie Frost and I'm just going to share this video. So this video today I'm making about how can you make everything happen. So this is just basically the answer to everything, I think. So let me just share this, hang on a sec. Hi Peter. So I'm making this video about literally how do you make anything happen, and the answer I know is when your desires like match your beliefs, basically. So you have to really want something. Like this is kind of like manifestation principles and also like really practical principles of like how our minds work. So why is desire important? So what the equation for making anything happen is when our desires are fueled and they match our belief system. And that's why people talk about mindset work, and that also uses like the law of attraction work. So you have to really, really want it. And most people say, oh yeah, but I really want the thing I want, right? But most of us have like certain fears or things around, like, you know, if I get, you know, we don't spend enough time looking at like, how do I feel about if I get that thing, right? So am I blocking my desire in some way? So we want to fuel our desires. Most people are holding back on the desire because they don't think they can really have it, or they think there's some kind of pain often associated with getting what they want. Well, it might mean that, you know, if I get the big business, then maybe I'll lose my time, or maybe I'll be stressed. So we have to really look at the beliefs we have around our desire, because we want to fuel the desire to such a point that it becomes so compelling. That's where we get the emotion from. That's where we get that kind of real kind of determination and conviction. And conviction is everything in making something happen. Like you want to be convicted. We want to decide in all of ourselves that this is going to happen, and because we desire it that much. So it's really important to fuel our desires. It's really important to look at what might stop us fueling those desires, right? What we hold back on. Why don't we give them more energy? Lots of people, it's so common, is so scared to really fuel their desire because they don't want to be disappointed, for example. I've had that many times with clients where they've said, well, you know, if it doesn't happen, then I'm going to be so disappointed and I can't bear the heartache. So therefore, I don't want to put my energy into fueling my desire. But to make anything happen, and definitely to make it happen fast, you want to fuel your desire. You want to get so juiced up about that thing you want to want it, and you want to really feel excited about it, and you want to feel expectant about it, and you want to be in the energy of it, and you want to absolutely make it emotionally compelling in all of your body, like, because it's emotion that fuels us. And so when we get so juiced up about our desire, when we really, really want it, when we really make that kind of desire and that energy around having it so much more important than our fears, and so much more important than anything else around not having it, then we are on the right path. We've got the right energy, we've got the right momentum going, we've got that kind of compelling conviction in us that that's the thing we're going to have. And that's crucial. And the second element is the beliefs. So our beliefs have to match our desires. So as soon as that happens, it has to manifest. If you absolutely believe it's yours, it's a done deal, and your belief system is such that this desire is yours, it has to come about. There's no, that is kind of the premise of all of the kind of principles. So that's why we do mindset work. That's why we look at like limiting beliefs, or what people call blocks. I don't believe anyone's ever blocked, but we definitely all have things that we need to work on in order to get this sweet point, this tipping point, which is when our desire matches our beliefs. And it is the point. As soon as your belief system matches your desire, it's done. Like, you will manifest it. It has to come to us. Like, it literally becomes a done deal. And so the things to work on, the most important things to work on, are fueling our desires and making sure that we have the right belief system around them. So that, and the way that you can fast track that is to look at, well, okay, the person that has the thing I want, or is the person I want to be, or whatever it is you're working on, what do they believe? What do they believe? What do they believe from the end? What was their belief system? Because that person has it. They know it's done, right? So they're not assessing their desires. They're not justifying them. They're not analysing them. They're not looking for the world to kind of confirm from the outside that they're right. They're trusting their desires. And I believe that all of our desires are ours for a reason, that you get a desire because it's yours to achieve, that it is possible for you to achieve it, that your intuition, your guidance system, as long as you're in tune with that, is not going to throw up something that isn't possible for you. So we're meant to move towards our desires. That's the heartbeat of life. That's what we're here to do. We're meant to desire things. We're meant to see things that we like and we don't like, and move towards more things that turn us on and excite us and, you know, feel aligned with what we want to create in the world. So our desires are ours for a reason. Our job is to fuel the desire. It's not to step back from it. It's not to analyze it. It's not to try and justify it. It's actually to move towards it. So that's why people talk about visualization and, like, you know, thinking about what you want and really kind of visualizing it and getting in the feeling of it, because that fuels the desire. And a desire that's fueled has got huge momentum. It's really kind of unstoppable. You know, if your desire is strong enough, you will go forward through anything. How smoothly we go forward, like how bumpy our road is always about what belief systems we have. So do I believe I can have it? Because any kind of sabotage or resistance that comes up is always about our belief system. So it's about, you know, how much we believe we can have it, what beliefs we need to change in order to have it. But we can be doing this work all the time, and that's why people work with coaches, because you can be doing this work all the time so that you get a smooth rise, so that you already know in advance the minute you get a desire, you know, you can start looking at what you need to shift in order to match up with it, align with the desire and allow it in. And that's our job primarily. So things to do is look at, okay, so do I believe I can have this? And if you don't, then why? What pain have I got associated with having this thing? You know, what stuff in my past or belief systems do I hold on to that would say this wasn't possible for me? Do I really, really want it? One reason that people often don't get what they want is because they don't want it enough. You have to feel the desire. You have to really want it. You have to be more convicted about the possibility than you're scared of the disappointment, right? Or the failure. So make sure you spend time to really feel that desire, dance in that desire, feel the emotional charge of that desire, get so juiced up by it that is such a prize worth having, right? That you're not even thinking about anything else. And then in advance, or as much as you can, look at your belief systems around it. Look at, like, you know, and look at it from the point of the person that has what you want, which means look at things like, well, if I had that thing or I was that person, I would know what? What would I know? What would I believe? I would always do what? I would absolutely stop doing whatever it is. I would never do whatever. You know, start looking at those behaviors, start looking at those belief systems, start really aligning up those belief systems that you're going to need to have, because that's everything. That is absolutely the key. And this formula is it. This is the formula that really creates anything. So we want to fuel the desire and match the belief systems up, and it is quite simple, and we can be really quick and accelerated in our results as soon as we are prepared to do that kind of deep dive into, okay, so what belief systems would I need to have, and where do they bump up against my existing beliefs? So any resistance we get is like the old us bumping up against the new us, and it's quite a good thing because it shows us what we're still holding on to that we need to let go of. So that's what I wanted to share about it. But it's always that kind of, if we aren't moving towards something and we aren't feeling the desire, there's definitely going to be more pain associated with having it. So although we think on a conscious level, I really want it, I really want it, I really want it, if we feel there's some kind of compromise or sacrifice, or we're just scared of the unknown, or we're just too frightened to kind of fail, that will always hold us back. And you can work on that two ways: one, on the belief systems, but two, on fueling the desire. Just keep getting in the energy of the desire. Alignment is about being in the energy of what we want, right? That's about kind of aligning ourselves in such an emotional way with it, and then working through any beliefs we have that trip us up. So this is like the most powerful work that we get to do, and it will always work because we get everything we need. Then we get the right way of thinking, and the right way to command our subconscious mind in order to serve us, plus we get the energy and emotion we need to take us through. So that's my message for today, guys. Hope you had a great Valentine's. I've got really pretty Valentine's nails on. I'll speak to you soon.